was a glitch I figured out in the system. Brothers that's on child support, you know what I mean, that's trying to get on their feet. You get you like 20 extra bands legally. Fellas like 2, 3, 4 kids. What you do is,
when it comes to Florida street music, no region captures raw authenticity like the Sunshine State. This is the story of a man who turned pain into purpose, from chasing dreams in the streets to building a solid foundation as a father of 7. Through the trials of divorce, he chose wisdom over bitterness, respect over resentment. Now he's helping fathers across Florida fight for fairness in the child support system. It's Tampa's own Dirty Game.
Baby mama deep in my pockets. And these niggas out here pocket watching. I've been going through some shit, I gotta pray about it. I've been in and out of trouble trying to stay about it. That's some real life shit and I don't play about it. And it's my motherfucking life, fuck what they say about it.
Dirty Game. What's up, bruh?
what's happening, G?
Man. I done known this dude for a while, y'all.
Yeah.
The city know him.
For sure.
Baby daddy ain't like me.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
Yes,
they
sir.
know them hits, man.
Yes, sir.
You still doing music?
Hit maker.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I never stopped writing.
Okay.
You feel me? I never stopped, like, but I stopped going to the studio, but I always kept writing, and you know what I mean? I do like my little lyrical exercises.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I love music. That's my first love. So I just, put it on the back burner. You know what I mean? Because, life.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's big budget, man. When you really doing music, you really see, like, it take a lot. You know what I mean? It take a lot of investing. You know what I mean? Profits don't come around as fast as you like sometimes. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but I've been thinking about it,
Don't give it up, bruh.
Hey, it only take one record. It only
That's
take one song. I tell people all the time, it only take one song. So
correct. Well, man, tell the people that don't know you personally. Tell them your story, man. Tell them where you come from.
How it started.
Yeah,
man,
you from the east side. That's where I met you at.
yeah, definitely from the east side. But born and raised, College Chill Projects. Ponds.
Okay.
You feel me? Mom Dukes. You know what I'm saying? She worked 2 jobs. Got us up out of there. You know what I mean? And then we moved to 15.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Pretty much from that, man, that's why I learned how to hustle. You know what I'm saying? 15, in the projects, you know what I mean? Like, it was like mama, like, kind of like, wasn't really around as much, you know what I'm saying, for the 2 jobs, but, I kind of like raised myself.
Hey, yo, what up, y'all? This man from Man's Finest Barbershop. With his haircuts are sharper than the clippers. We represent the first line of defense for the neighborhood. We support the community, man. Y'all come out and check us out. Come get your haircut, man, at the best barbershop in the city. 6842 North 50th Street, Tampa, Florida, 33610. Also, you can book your appointment on mansfinestbarbershop.booksy.com, or you can call in at 813-867-8309, baby. Instagram, IG, Man's Finest Barbershop and Salon. And that's also the Facebook as well. Make your appointment, call in, make an appointment, whatever. We got you. We also have VIP as well. Facials coming real soon too.
I'm saying a lot, but
So that explains that the troubles growing up.
yeah, most definitely. Can't deny that, you know what I mean? You learning through experience. You know what I'm saying? That was, you know what I'm saying? That's how I got, you know what I'm saying, to where I'm at now, learning through experience, you know what I'm saying?
Now, something that I never had a chance to really talk to you about, and this what drew me to you, is my first time seeing you on the east side, bro. Real talk. Was we had a tragic that happened in the hood, man.
Oh yeah.
And I think I tried to bring it to you one day. Was like, I seen you, man, and you touched my heart because I seen you hurting. When the homie, man, in the house.
Oh yeah.
The fire.
Yeah.
And I seen you, bro, and it always touched my heart because I seen you sitting down, man, and I seen you zoned out. I seen you on your head thinking about it, bro. And I'm like, man, little homie, a good dude, and you could see homie hurting from that. So that made me, from then on, like, man, I got to holler at homie. You know what I'm saying? I want, I want to be there for homie. I got to holler at homie, man.
Yeah.
So, reason I brought it up, bro, because I don't think a lot of people know what you been through, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they really don't know the mud from what you been through. I done seen you go through the mud. I done seen you start a one-man army.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On these streets, bro, survive.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Being forced to survive.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I just want to tell you I'm proud of you, you know what I'm saying, and moving on that, bro. Real talk, bro.
Yes, sir.
Because it takes a lot, you know what I'm saying, for a man to... Was your dad in the picture? I ain't never even asked you that before.
Well, you know, Pops, man, he was in a picture like, up to like 6 or 7, because Pops was in and out. He was hustling, man, and I ain't never really hold that against Pop because, becoming a father at an early age, I can kind of like see, why he felt like he had to do what he had to do. But yeah, Pops was in a pit, all the way up to like 6 or 7. And then, I can kind of like remember a lot of times where my grandma, she'll pack us up in the van and we'll go see Pops and, Coleman, getting on that road, going to see Pops every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Grandma ain't play. So he was in the picture, but it was like, restricted. You know what I'm saying? Because he did Pop did like a 20 ball. You know what I mean? Then got out, did like another little 5. So, but other than that, I always had like mentors around me, and the friends that I had, they always had their fathers, in their lives, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like, learned, through the cracks like that a little bit. But other than that, man, Pops was, he was a hustler, you know what I'm saying? He just, back in them times, like the 80s, 90s, that was like mass incarceration.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So you was going to jail, like as a black man, you was going to jail for jaywalking. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? So, the agenda was bigger than, you know what I'm saying, I think, than anything, But but nah, yeah.
So who was like that positive male figure in your house? Like for me, when I first was young, my granddaddy was like that most positive male figure in my life. Like, who was your positive figure, that somebody to look up to kind of teach you how to be a man? I'm not saying your father wasn't.
Yeah.
But if he was gone, somebody had to take his spot.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, man, I can honestly say, man, probably TV.
Wow.
TV kind of like, raised me, you know what I mean? Because like I said, mama had like 2 jobs, you know what I mean? She worked at Harbor Island and she working at Church Fried Chicken, you know what I'm saying, on 22nd, and Martin Luther King, you know what I mean?
No,
so
big cousins, no.
I mean,
wow, hold on, girl. He said Martin Luther King in 22nd.
Yeah.
I mean, if you from Tampa, cuz that, that's the original church.
I mean, far as like positive, I would say TV, man, because everybody else was, in the streets, my cousins, them, what I'm saying, my uncle, them, they was in the streets. They was,
Cottage Hill, boy, that's when they were rocking.
Yeah, they was on they was, you know what I mean?
Did everything through Cottage Hill. The
original Killer Hill.
The packs, everything.
Yeah. So I kind of like developed, like, I had wanted to live a certain lifestyle just off watching TV. You know what I'm saying? I knew this wasn't like it for me. Like, I was like, man, you know what I mean? I'm seeing this here, you feel me? And I'm relating it to how I live. So that's kind of like who raised me, like for the most part, man, TV. But I had like aunties and stuff like that. They was in there, but you know what I mean? Most definitely like my auntie, she always cook, stuff like that. But, far as like male figures, I just got it. I just was like sponge. I sponged every chance I got, like from different people I took something from or like, you know what I mean? Depending on,
Yeah. So what led to the escape from the streets? Like, me knowing and hearing, man, he trouble, he bad. But I knew personally, he wasn't bad, man.
Trying to find his way.
Yeah, he's surviving.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So what led to the escape that you knew that you had to do something different? After like getting in trouble.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I always had opportunities, man. I you know what I'm saying? I can't never say I ain't one of them people that be like, you know, life was hard and this and that, like coming up. Like I always had opportunities. Opportunities always came my way. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, just being able to like be versatile, you know what I'm saying, and hustle so many different ways, you know what I'm saying? That's what made me really want to get out the streets, because I was like, man, if I can make money off CDs, or, you know, if I can make money off doing shows, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gotta be in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But the streets was always last resort for me. I'm gonna be real with you. It was never priority, because I had opportunities, you know what I'm saying, in the streets to like take my whole hustle to a whole nother lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? But I never took the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how they say it, like, you know what I mean? If you ain't street, stay on the sidewalk. I just hustled enough to keep my business going.
Stay afloat.
I ain't never want to go fed.
Understand?
You feel me? So I would just be real with you. I learned that off the rip. Like, I ain't never want to go fed. So
You got a little money, stayed out the way.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
And so how you came up with the name Dirty Game?
Man, me and being one of my big homies, like back in the days, I was like 14, 15, you know what I'm saying? And there was a lot going on in the hood. Like you said, like we had done lost Meechie to like a fire, you know what I'm saying? We had done lost like JJ to, you know what I mean, some violence, you know, somebody trying to rob.
Yeah.
So it was like dirty game, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, we gonna go get it tatted, you know what I'm saying? So we used to hang at the tattoo man house, you know what I'm saying? We just let them tat us up. And then we just started to go, you know what I'm saying, by Dirty Game. And then, you know, being that I got into music, I was able to push it a little harder than, you know what I'm saying, bro, because bro was straight street. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, the neighborhood started to like get behind me with all different type of ways. You know what I'm saying? Buying the product, investing, you know what I'm saying? So just started going to the studio and, you know what I'm saying? Making it shake. You feel me?
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep it real now. You had a buzz, Brussy.
Yes, sir.
You had a buzz for a long minute.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, you done dealt with some people, man. Like Fee.
Yeah.
Come on now, you know, the mayor of the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You done dealt with Jolly.
Yeah, Jolly boy.
Yeah, man. How you get to them people, man? How they came and found you?
Man, like I said, man, I always had that hustle. Like, you know, I was going to the studio, you know what I'm saying, putting out music, you know what I'm saying, back in the days with K.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying, you know, building up that resume, you know what I'm saying, putting out music since tapes. Then, you know, we graduated to CDs, you know what I'm saying, and then we graduated from the basement, K house, to going to studios.
Hold on. Did this man just say CDs?
Yeah.
Man, see, I don't think them youngest know about them CDs.
Yeah.
That man
them
said tapes, though.
Yeah, you heard me tapes. He said tape, then CD, because it was tape to CD.
That's
Listen to the world, man. Them youngest, man, listen.
Yeah.
Before the internet, before streaming, there was tapes.
Yeah.
There was Sonics.
Yeah.
Then we graduated and we evolved into CDs.
Yeah.
We had them first. Remember that now?
Put that little piece of tape on
CD,
it.
come on, man.
Yeah, and that's really like, I you know, like I said, man, just being in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like as a youngin', like, you know, that's all I had to rely on was like the TV, entertainment, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I learned how to record, like he was saying, like with the tapes, like put the little piece in there, record over it. Yeah. I used to record over all my mama tapes. Right. You know what I'm saying? I used to be beating on the desk, recording on my, you know what I mean, my stereo, and making music way back then, 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So speaking of music, right? When you were young, man, who were some of the artists that you looked up to, who you kind of tried to emulate? I mean, everybody that was in the music emulated.
Yeah.
Somebody in some kind of way. Who was you?
I liked it, man. I liked it. For some reason, like, like I was thinking about this the other day, man. Like it's crazy. I liked it. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. A lot of people from my area, they might cap and might not want to give bro his credit, but man, you know, like MC Hammer was a big deal.
I am.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like MC Hammer, like made people, like he made people really want to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like you seen him, my boy. You know he had the girls. You know what I'm saying? He had the clothes. He had the jewelry on. You know what I'm saying? He was dancing. So yeah, you feel me? So MC Hammer kind of like introduced me to rap. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, then I started to go check out other artists, like other rappers and stuff like that. So
West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast was.
That's where I'm from. That West Coast.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't really started listening to the New York music to like my late teens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But everything was pretty much like West Coast. You know what I mean? Dog Pound.
Right. So you went to Stardust and all at the skating ring.
I caught a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that might be a little bit before you.
Yeah, because see, man, you know, I caught a little glimpse of it. I think I went to the skating ring on 22nd, like probably like one time.
Man, that shit was crazy.
Hey, man, let me tell you something, bro.
I got a story about that, man. I'm gonna tell you though.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. Hey, man, when it come to that skating ring back then, man, I remember they used to have you running home from that skating ring, man. Yeah.
I'll tell you I gotta tell it to you, dog. So look, I had a little chick that was hollering at from Cottage Hill.
Yeah.
Right? And I ain't even getting nowhere with her. I just hollering at her a little bit. You know, I was a jit.
Yeah.
So she told me one day, don't come to the skate ring this weekend. I said, why? I'm about 14, 15. I'm grown. You can't tell me I can't go nowhere.
You're right.
So I went there, but the funny part, I had on MC Hammer pants. I had on MC Hammer pants. I had a curl. You know what I'm talking about?
He had a curl.
So you know when I walked in there, they was already like, you know what I mean?
It was on his head.
Had curls then, you know what I'm saying? But I full MC Hammer pants. I had the shoe, the shiny shoe with the little chrome round. I don't know if y'all remember that. Y'all can't go that far back.
No, I can't go that far back.
Yeah, so look, I'm in there, and it's the whole, you know, the skate ring by the end. Mm-hmm. So I ran into the little chick, right? And she looking at me crying. Why is she crying?
You embarrassed her, man.
No, I ain't embarrassed her, because her boyfriend was there.
Yeah.
And he don't peep me, right? I don't know what's going on. I'm grown. I don't see nobody for real.
Right.
Man, we left the skating ring. I'm walking toward 22nd to my apartments right now on 22nd and Osborne. As I'm leaving, I look back, boy, like 100 people behind me. I like, well, I'm sure they just walking back to the projects. But then I hear these two niggas, I think they were twins, I ain't gonna say their name. Man, these niggas said something to me and I see her with them. I'm like, oh, Lord. So I'm walking with my cousin, right? So we get to the gate to go in the apartments. I don't say nothing to this cat because I don't need him to do nothing extra. So we walking in this gate. I'm trying to get to the house. You know what I mean? All them niggas walked in the gate behind us. I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't know what to do right now. I'm a jit. I think I'm hard, but I ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, just real quick. I get to the door. He go in. He don't peep nothing. One of the jits try to rush me. Boom. I don't shot around the apartments. I hear, because you know you're in survival mode at this point. Yeah. I hear everybody run the opposite way because they think I'm finna run all the way around.
Yeah.
Man, I stopped. I said, I turned around. The one cat I got that was his girl. Look, I took karate when I was young.
Yeah.
I got a chance to use a move.
Yes, sir.
I don't jump karate round, kick this nigga in his chest and knock him to the ground. You hear? With hammer pants.
And a curl.
You hear me?
You heard? And he wet him up after he kicked him.
Hey, man, ran back to the door, got in the house.
They say we have my pants on.
And I was saved, though, but
yeah,
listen.
That's my boy.
Hey.
That's my boy, cuz.
You hear me? Them hammer pants were loose, but I was able to do a full roundhouse kick. You
That's
did?
my boy.
That's with them projects, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, most definitely, man. I think everybody that grew up in the projects got jumped. Or if you grew up around the projects, you done got jumped at least 1 or 2 times. You feel me?
Yeah, we had to survive too, bro. I had to survive coming over here. Leaving the north side and coming over here, I had to survive. So I understand completely.
Wow.
Man. So what you doing with yourself now, man?
Oh, man.
Because you look like you in shape, huh?
Yeah, man. I definitely got to, at this point in my life, man, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to live to be 100. You You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I got a 43rd birthday coming up in May.
43rd, okay. Salute.
And I'm, you know what I'm saying? I got
May when?
May 16th. Yeah, I'm a tourist, man. Okay, yes, sir. So I'm just trying to. I'm now my whole life is dedicated to my children, man. It's just trying to be here and make sure they straight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, health is definitely number one. So, you know, and when I say health, I mean mind, body, and soul. You know what I'm saying? And spirit. Yeah.
Last time I seen you, man, you had your kids with you, and I wanted to let you know, man, that it's something about father energy. I can feel that when it's round, bro.
Yeah.
And I want to salute you on that, bro, because
yeah, most definitely.
It's not easy.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? And it depends on how, you know, how good you the baby mama or the wife, whatever. I don't know your situation. You know what I'm saying? But
you married?
Nah, I ain't married. Nah, you know, divorced. You know what I'm saying? And,
okay.
And yeah, man, for the most part, I just, you know, keep my kids first,
right?
In anything I do, you know what I'm saying?
Important,
definitely.
bro.
I mean, that, like.
So, question.
Yeah.
How have you adjusted to the divorce?
Oh man, I think self-improvement, man. You know, every day. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're crying, happy, whether you're sad, mad, angry. You know what I'm saying? I think self-improvement, like that's the key to, you know what I'm saying, to get through, you know what I'm saying, those times when, you know, your life is transitioning. You know what I'm saying? You know, you used to living a lifestyle, you know, and I don't promote divorce, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
I if you had to ask me, I would tell you, you know what I'm saying, to make it work, but in certain situations it's just unbearable, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think just transitioning and self-improvement in all areas, you know what I'm saying? I went back to school, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I you know, I got a couple trades up under my belt.
That's wonderful.
You know what I'm saying?
That's wonderful.
Stayed in the gym. You know, I went took myself on vacations. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you took yourself on
self-treatment.
Self-treatment.
You know
get
back to yourself. Man can do that too. Take care of yourself,
back
fellas.
into me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just sitting around. You know what I'm saying?
Moping.
Just moping. Because I had my days, and those was them days that I was like, nah, man, you got to fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Something.
You know what I mean? So, but other than that, man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? The children
how many kids you got?
I got 7.
You got to be a daddy.
Yeah, I got to be a daddy, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of money. if I could tell anybody that's coming, the youngins, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I mean? To be in a relationship, but just, you know what I'm saying, have kids when you're established, because you know what I mean, that uphill battle is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you got baggage, you still trying to, you know what I mean, follow your dreams, your goals. You know what I'm saying? You're still ambitious. You know what I'm saying? But you got to carry the weight at the same time. So can't leave nobody out. You know what I mean?
Correct.
You got to have a balance. So, you know, I don't look at it like people like, yeah, you got 7 kids, you know, this and that. I just look at it like, I think I went and got to be where I'm at right now without 7 kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
I think those are my blessings.
Right.
I know those are my blessings. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm keep going right now. You know what I mean?
Did divorce change your view on relationships?
I mean, not really. It did at first. You know what I'm saying? Then you start to meet different people. You start to see that, you know, good people still exist.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's good people out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be looking for love in all the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? But you know, get somebody that's going, you know what I mean, that don't play by you. You feel me?
Be wise.
Be wise.
Be wise. Court.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell people, court, man, court. Take your time, fellas. It's okay to take your time.
Yeah.
You know, we rush. And
Right.
I'm a victim of that. We rush into things. We think with our little heads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we rush, bro.
It's a little science to it, bro. I'm not saying I cracked the code, but I understand a couple things.
Right.
When it comes to relationships.
Correct.
You can't let lust be your leading reason for being with a woman. Because that lust will turn into a lot of things. Babies,
Yeah.
Relationships you don't want, disease, everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to really go into relationships and really think about what we can deal with. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that you gotta want to deal with a woman.
Yeah,
You can
correct.
see those traits right out the gate if you stop thinking about that little coochie.
Yeah, yeah, real talk.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put that to the side because everybody, all of them got coochies.
Yeah.
But it's like the mindset, what kind of family they come from. You know what I'm saying? When y'all have a disagreement, how she talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
You know
man, that's beautiful. Yeah,
So
real talk.
I couldn't have a woman that come out her mouth crazy. You know, we can go through whatever, but don't talk to me in the kind of way because I'm not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
So as soon as I had somebody talk to me crazy, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like that, I can't deal with that.
Real talk.
Get it, boy.
So you got to know your guidelines and the things that you need, and it makes being in a relationship easier. And if you're not in a relationship, it makes being a co-parent easier,
Right.
Because they don't have the traits that you can't deal with. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the second part of that, you got to be a good person yourself.
And that's what I mean with the self-improvement.
Right.
Because, like, once I learned, you know what I mean, how to treat myself top tier.
Right, for sure.
I wasn't going for nothing else. Like, I wasn't going for nobody else to treat me any less than that.
Listen,
You feel me?
You was tired of getting done that way.
Yeah,
You wasn't
feel
going
me?
back.
So once I knew my value and once I knew, like, okay, it's good people out here. You know what I'm saying?
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to make a mistake.
Right.
I'm going to tighten up, realign.
Right.
I told somebody it's not a punishment.
Right.
It's an opportunity for reassessment
without mistakes.
and growth.
Correct.
And getting out the flesh and bringing a new you, new life,
How you
new
know the
life.
sunshine nice if you ain't never seen no rain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's part of the game.
Yeah.
So right now, Dirty Game, in this day today, who are you? What is your goals? What is your aspiration? What are you shooting for right now?
Man, I'm shooting to leave a legacy. You know what I mean? As far as like, leaving my kids, you know what I mean, a lot of wisdom, knowledge, you know what I mean, and a lot of different things that probably won't matter after I'm gone, but assets. The rest of my life is dedicated to my children.
Right on,
you know what
right
I mean?
on. Yes, sir.
I'm just being honest with you. I had my fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I was young, you know what I mean? Now it's time to pour into them.
That's becoming a man. That's being a man.
Yeah, and making sure that they have all the tools that they need to survive.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? If anything ever happened to me, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much, so yeah, man, pouring back into the community as well, helping brothers, you know what I mean, get on their feet with as far as like child support situations, you know what I mean, helping, people get their license back.
So how you do that? Like, how they can reach you in regard to child support?
Yeah, man, you can tap in with me. You can hit me up 656-209-8125.
Give him his number out.
Yeah, because it's a business line. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a business line, man. Helping. When I say help brothers out, I mean like
This is something you do.
Yeah, it's something I do.
Oh, well, you got to explain that to me, brother.
Yeah, man. Giving them knowledge, showing them how to fill out, petitions and file motions, you know what I'm saying, and correspond with child support instead of, getting in debt, you know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people don't know, you know what I mean, how child support will have you, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, credit messed up, you know what I mean, license suspended, you know what I'm saying, purge, you know what I mean, you be wanted out here, you know what I mean, your whole life be in shambles because of child support. So I show people like how to get the grips on it and use child support to, their advantage versus letting it take them down, you know what I mean?
How long you been doing that?
Well, I've been doing it since day one as far as like myself. I started out doing myself. You know what I mean? Because I was at like 19 years old. They was taking my taxes. You know what I'm saying? They was spending my license way back then.
The block.
So I seen like, you know what I mean? Like I seen like the stress and the it brought to me. So I was like, man, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
For sure.
So I learned, the ins and outs of it. You know what I'm saying? I studied.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And from there, man, I just started helping people out and it started to just spread. So, yeah.
That's
Tough
good.
situation, man, but I'm glad to hear that you found a path.
Yeah.
And you moving forward, man, because I never had to deal with child support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kept mine in one house.
And that's what's
that
up.
was good to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
But Far as having child support, I heard that the laws changed. Or something changed where they just can't just put you on child support. You can actually get 50-50 custody and don't have to pay child support if I'm knowing what I'm knowing.
Well,
something happened recently.
Well, the laws didn't change. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing happened yet.
The policies, you know what I'm saying? They may change a little bit depending on, but
so they don't have something where you can get 50-50?
Yeah, the bills. I think that's like that's House Bill 1301 on Ron DeSantis.
Okay.
He passed that bill.
So what exactly is that bill?
Well, it helps you get 50-50, no money exchange. But as a father, as a non-custodial parent, you're still going to be, you're still going to be responsible for like insurance.
Right.
You're still going to be responsible for, you got to have your time with the children.
Right.
As far as the schedule.
Sure.
You're still going to have to put in your duties as a father. So, I think it's great for fathers to take control of it because it helps you, it kind of like, it's like training wheels on a bike. You know what I mean? It helps you stay straight with your children. It builds up, relationships. It's opportunity in it. You know what I mean? Okay. For fathers. Because, they do us dirty sometimes.
For sure, all the time.
In court, as far as the child support program. But, House Bill 1301.
Okay, so basically if anybody have any questions about child support or just trying to get themselves together on that level, they can call that number you gave them.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Sir.
Well, you're a hell of a nigga to put that out there.
Yeah, and I help you get your license back, man. 3 business days. Help you get back on the road because a lot of times too, I want to add that suspended license leads to a lot of things. A lot of fellas get go to prison. Just because they license suspended. You know what I'm saying? So you get pulled by the police, license suspended. Now they got probable cause. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or you going to jail for, your license maybe a couple times. You're a habitual offender. So, if you need your license back or need some assistance, just hit me up and we'll get you back on the road ASAP.
Well, I got one final question, man. I want to ask you, man.
Mm-hmm.
What are your hopes, man, for your family in the future, even after everything that has happened to you?
Oh man, the most important thing, man, day by day, we just trying to create memories. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. Legacy. You know what I'm saying? When it's still time, or when anything may change. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. Create memories, having fun. You know what I'm saying? It don't take money to have fun either, fellas. Man, you take children to the park, get a box of pizza for $7, $8. You know what I'm saying? Man, children, they remember things like that. They don't remember, you bought them the latest Jordans.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They don't remember things like that. That's good. Ain't nothing against it because, I buy my kids Jordans too. Right. But, kids, they don't remember none of that. They don't even care about them shoes. That's why you be like, I just bought them shoes. Why they dirty? They don't care nothing about them shoes. You know what I'm saying? So, they care about, taking them to the park, taking them to, Universal Studios, Disney, creating memories, man. Busch Gardens, that's what kids like.
We buy them shoes and all that for us.
For us.
And everybody else to say, ooh, cute.
You feel me?
They want the shoe with the lights on them. That was fun to them. You know what I'm saying? They want the skate at the bottom. We got to make them cool.
Right, real talk. Yes, sir.
What's up? Well, look, man, we appreciate you one more thing.
We do.
Man. What you got? What kind of advice you got for the young man coming up real quick for
the
you?
YNs.
From what you've learned from the 19-year-old you to the 43-year-old you, what advice can you give them?
I mean, yeah, man. The most important thing, man, is just building knowledge. I would say, going to school. That's your money. That's your money in the bank. You can't see it right then. You want to be grown at an early age. You know what I mean? So
take it easy. Slow down. Be a child.
Take it easy. Slow down. Create memories. You know what I'm saying? With your homies. You know what I'm saying? And be a sponge.
Yeah. What can you give them a little advice on that rap game for the music? Because a lot of people get taken advantage of. What can you give them on that?
Like bro said, man. Read. Don't sign every contract. Get your lawyer, keep him on retainer. That's very, very smart as well too, man. Keeping your lawyer on retainer. You know what I mean? And so you can pass those contracts to them. You know what I mean? So they can break it down what this mean, break it down what that mean. That's the smartest thing you can invest your money into versus, the Rolex, or the Cartier or, the Gucci, the designer clothes. Those things really matters, man. You know what I mean? Keeping your lawyer on deck and just,
have a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Somebody to read that, make sure them papers right.
Or go to school yourself, man, and do it yourself, man. Manually. Go to school, man. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a class or two, a course or two online.
It ain't nothing cool to be smart.
It's cool.
Smart is cool.
That's
now.
your money. That's your money,
Earn
man.
something.
Yeah. Knowledge is money.
Your life depends on it. Mm-hmm. Play a part. Right. Well, brother, I'm glad I had the chance, man, to sit down with you, man.
Oh, man.
Hey, appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. My pleasure, brother. Yes, sir.
I really do appreciate it, man, and want y'all to stay tuned to us, man. And,
Hey, man, we here with Dirty Gang.
and check us out
Give
on
you the number. Use it.
Tap in, man.
and check us out on manup365.com.
Yes, sir.
The Real Man Up
Yep.
on Instagram and Facebook.
Follow the platforms.
Yeah, TikTok.
Subscribe.
Like and share. Huh?
That's it, man. We out.
God bless you.
Sir. It was a glitch I figured out in the system. Brothers that's on child support, you know what I mean, that's trying to get on their feet. The glitch is you can go to school and claim child support on your financial aid. Fellas like 2, 3, 4 kids, what you do is you claiming your children on your financial aid application, not your tax refund. I'm talking about your financial aid application. What it does is offset, and they give you the maximum financial aid, which is like 140. You know what I'm saying? So what you do is you take advantage of the 140, 135. I think it's like 135, 140. So what you do is when you claim your children, you get paid to go to school every 3, 4 months. You know what I'm saying? You get your financial aid check, 5,000, 6,000. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that child support cannot touch. They don't touch it. All your money coming straight to you. And it also gives you a chance to advance, you know what I'm saying, in knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and get your degree and, leave a better legacy behind for your children, showing them that education, you know what I'm saying, can push you forward and help build you a career. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's a little glitch that I found, you know what I'm saying, in the game. You get you like 20 extra bands legally every year going to school.